Hello everyone, and welcome to the new Super Luigi U any percent tournament. We're in the losers bracket right now for a match between Tawmero and Nivadra. I'll be your commentator today, Super 64 guy. Thank you so much for watching. Today's gonna be a very exciting race. As I said, we have Nivadra versus Tawmero. Tawmero, a very respected and new runner of New Super Mario Bros. Wii, taking up some of those category extensions like Cannonless and that kind of thing and taking those very well, while also having a very decent NSMB Wii time. Nivadra, on the other hand, a veteran NSMBU Deluxe player, who also just picked up NSLU and has picked up NSLU very quickly. Those skills from New Super Mario Bros. U Deluxe have been carrying over very well to NSLU, and he has a shocking time in the OG game. Excuse me. One thing to note right away is that both players will be playing on the Switch version, so thankfully I won't have to talk about the differences between the Switch and the Wii U version. Everything will be even and easy peasy in that regard. There won't be anything we need to worry about in that. For those that are curious, there is a difference between the Switch version and the Wii U version. The Wii U version has significantly faster loads. There's also a bunch of other differences, but for the most part, what's going to cause the difference to be very significant is the fact that Wii U has significantly shorter loads than the Switch version, so it's going to put the Wii U at roughly 33 seconds ahead of the Switch participants. But we're going to be going ahead and getting started soon here. Again, thank you guys so much for watching. The racers have counted off. We are starting the race. We'll be kicking it off, obviously, with 1-1. For those that haven't seen Spin into this game before, one of the things that we're going to be capitalizing on is this power-up called the Super Acorn, which you're going to see both runners get immediately right here by sliding into that Waddle Wing that's the name of that enemy. And we're going to be using the Super Acorn a lot. It has a lot of benefits that are going to be super helpful to us. The first of which is that it's going to give us an increased spin jump height, about double the spin jump height we normally would have, which is going to allow vertical ascent to be extremely quick and useful. You're going to see that happen notably in 5 Tower. You're going to see that happen a couple other times throughout the run, just so we can get extra vertical height. The other thing is that you're going to see both runners be able to fly horizontally with this power-up, and that's going to be another key feature that we will also capitalize on a ton throughout this run. Right now, we're in level 1-2, and 1-2 is probably, in my opinion, one of the hardest levels in the run, simply because it's very cycle-based. Both runners are going to try and use this star, and the star is going to be super helpful because it gives the player increased running speed, and we need that increased running speed in order to make these cycles in the level, or at least make the cycles easier. We're also going to be getting a secret exit in this level, which you can see both runners going for here. You can see Nivadra missing the pipe slightly, so he'll be behind by about a second or two. But we're going to be using that secret exit because what the secret exit is going to do is going to allow us to skip up to World 5, which is going to be really important. But since this is an any percent, and we're going to be wanting to be doing this as fast as humanly possible. So we'll be skipping a bunch of worlds. For those that are curious, usually in other NSMB games, you play through 3 worlds, and it's usually worlds 1, 3, it's your worlds 1, 5, and 8 in NSMB and NSMB Wii. It's, I believe, World 1, World Mushroom, World Flower, and World 6 for NSMB 2. And for NSLU, we're going to be playing through 4 worlds as well. We're going to be playing through World 1, World 5, World 7, and World 8. The big thing about this game is that this game is one interconnected map, and it's not 8 distinct worlds, but rather one giant universe almost to explore, and then each universe is subdivided into these different areas which make up the worlds. As such, that means there's no cannons in these levels. That means we're gonna have secret levels, and so in order to skip those worlds, you have to play through the secret levels, and this is one of the examples of those secret levels that'll, once we beat it, will take us to a new world. Now you'll see right here, I was talking while the runners were doing this, but you'll notice that both characters have switched to a different, or both runners, excuse me, have switched to a different character, named Nabbit. Nabbit is faster in some cases than Luigi. You'll notice that you're probably noticing that Nabbit was swimming through a bunch of fishes, which is a little bit uncharacteristic and seems weird. One of the benefits that Nabbit has over any other character is Nabbit is invincible, and so he's going to allow us to make some of these levels significantly easier, especially underwater levels. We can just plow right through enemies. Nabbit also has faster swim speed, and so because Nabbit has faster swim speed, he's going to make this level significantly faster than Luigi. Chat member asking if there are any flagpole grabs that are faster or if they're all the same speed. And I can go ahead and talk about that a little bit. So you do save time grabbing the flagpole as Nabbit for some reason has a faster sliding animation than Luigi. So Nabbit slides down the flagpole faster. As such, Nabbit, usually any level that is the same speed as Nabbit is going to be faster simply due to that fact. It's a little bit different in the deluxe version, and I'll explain the caveat in a minute. But it should also be noted that you save a couple of frames if you grab a flagpole backwards. And you see Nivadra doing that a lot more than Tawmero, but it's not as significant as the Nintendo DS version of this game. Nintendo DS version of this game saves like half a second each time. This game only saves like 0.2 seconds. Now, what was discovered a couple weeks ago was a trick that saves about over 2 seconds in this game. And it is called momentum conservation. Basically, the idea is that if you hold neutral on the control stick as you jump off of the vine, you're actually going to conserve a ton of momentum. If you were to hold right, you actually would lose a ton of speed. And by doing this, you see both runners are going to get a significantly faster time than, well, Tawmero was unfortunately not. Nivadra is going to get about a second faster than what was originally normally possible. 5-3 is a very standard level, so I'll go back to talking about the flagpole stuff and the caveat that I said. There is a big caveat in the Switch version of the game. You'll notice that both of these runners had to go to the pause menu in order to switch characters. That wastes about 2 seconds, roughly 2 to 3 seconds, to switch characters every time. And usually the half a second that Nabbit saves, if you include the backwards flagpole and the faster slide pole animation, it's a little less than half a second, but around that time save. When it takes 2 seconds to switch to Nabbit, it's not going to be faster to switch to Nabbit just to get that half a second time save. You'll still be behind by 1.5 seconds. So as such, you won't see Nabbit used a ton, but Nabbit is faster in terms of sliding and on the flagpole and that kind of thing. We're gonna see one of the big skips here, and you're gonna see Nivadra go for a different skip than Tawmero. Tawmero's going for what we call right side 5 tower skip, and right side 5 tower skip is significantly easier. Nivadra here is gonna go for left side tower skip, which saves about half a second. The goal though is that we don't have to wait on that snake block for the auto scroller. Tawmero did unfortunately choke that out a little bit. He lost probably about 2 extra seconds there. It is possible to get an 84 door with a successful right side. So Tawmero's going to be a little bit behind compared to Nivadra. But we'll go ahead and see the boom boom fights here. There is a consistent way to do the boom boom fight. There's a crack in the wall that you jump at in order to hit boom boom. And then you just time your jumps. Very simple boom boom fight. I should also note that because character switching takes a long time, you're actually not going to see Nabbit a lot in this run in the Switch version. You would see Nabbit a ton in NSLU because it wastes no time to switch to Nabbit in the Wii U version. Because in the Wii U version, you can just hold a bumper on the gamepad and you will automatically play as Nabbit. But because we have to go to a menu to switch characters, we're going to see a lot less Nabbit in this run. I should also note, and I completely glossed over it, actually, we have a second race, so I'll go ahead and touch on this in the second race. Instead of backtracking to a level that was like 3 levels ago. We've already moved on. Lots to talk about, so, kind of get behind myself. I should also note that cutscenes in this game are extremely long. There's probably only around 15 minutes of gameplay, probably give or take 2 minutes. There's just so many, cutscenes that take such a long time. That there's really, it looks like a long run, but it's not that much of a long run. Oh my gosh, Nivadra choking Ghost House. Tawmero also choking Ghost House. So, what? Oh, and we lost Acorn. So, you'll notice Tawmero was actually able to grab us. I'm worried Nivadra's not going to make this. Yeah, he's not making that. He probably could have made it with a ground pound cancel, because with ground pound, you can actually pop up through platforms, so he might have been able to make that. That's unfortunate, though. That's going to give Tawmero a huge lead. Basically, what was trying to happen there, he's going to switch to Nab. That's probably the smart move here. It does hurt Nivadra. We all feel bad for you. It should be noted that Tawmero going for Acorn here. I'm really interested that he went for 77. Not sure if that was intentional or if he just forgot about that. Let me talk about this level. There's a lot that went on here. For one, there is a hidden star that you're going to want to grab to make this level go a lot faster, and it makes going through the booze easier. Nivadra missed that block multiple times, and because he missed that block multiple times, he ended up getting hit by the booze and had to give up abandoned ship on that star opportunity. Tawmero lost Acorn to the booze, but got the star. So, I mean, it makes sense that he went for the 77. I should also note, since since Tawmero also did this, a lot of chaos in that last level, I apologize. In New Super Mario Bros. Games, we usually want to avoid getting double digits on the timer, simply because that's gonna waste, in this game, it's gonna waste about 15 seconds, because in this game, when you get double digits on a timer, you're going to get an item. And you don't necessarily, usually if you're going very, very fast and we're doing and we're doing a PB attempt, we're obviously going to reset over something like that, because a 15-second time loss is a pretty big deal, especially for a 2D auto-scroller type game. It should be noted that depending on the double digits you get, will depend. So the double digits you get will depend on the power-up that you receive at the end of that double digits. And so a 77 is going to give us an Acorn. And so in a no reset run like this, it's not the end of the world that we get an Acorn, simply because if we lose our Acorn power-up, then we can get our Acorn power-up back by equipping it from our storage. But Tawmero's got a pretty sizable lead here. Probably about, I can't really say specifically, but I'd have to guess around 30 seconds. Tawmero said the backup Acorn was intentional. That doesn't surprise me that he had that backup Acorn be intentional. That will give him some slack, or if he loses this Acorn with Luigi, he'll get an Acorn. Considering the lead that he has anyway, that was probably a smart move. He could afford the 15-second time loss to get that backup Acorn, because he's still pretty significantly far ahead.
Made it!
But yeah, we're just watching that cutscene for World 7, and we're going to see Tawmero go ahead and go into 7-1. 7-1 is a pretty straightforward level in terms of movement. It looks pretty complicated, but it's actually not that complicated. There's going to be one tight jump at the very end that is understandably kind of hard, but if you get used to the timing just becomes muscle memory, and it's not that big of a deal. Just a lot of spin jumping. We're going to manipulate that Acorn Power's ability to spin jump in order to get through a lot of this level. And then you see Tawmero just did a very precise double jump off of an ice block. That's probably the hardest jump in the whole run, but again, with muscle memory, it doesn't become that hard. Can trip up beginning new runners, though, if you're not used to that muscle memory and that timing. Tawmero will be going ahead and moving on to 7-2. 7-2 is probably the easiest level in the run. Literally hold right and occasionally jump.
Made it!
Solid 7-1 from Nivadra. Not much to say on 7-2. Obviously, you're just spin jumping and gliding through just to avoid getting hit by enemies. Very simple level.
Here we go!
Seems like it kind of seems like Nivadra's making up some ground. It should be noted that Nivadra did make up some ground because he did not get a 77 on the timer in 7 Ghost House. So he did save some time in that regard, which is going to cause Tawmero's lead to not be as far ahead. He does have a pretty sizable lead, though, if I had to guess. I'm really bad at time estimating, but it's probably around 20 seconds. Give or take 5 seconds. If there's a runner of the game who does a better job at gauging time, they can put that in the chat to see what they think the difference is.
Made it.
7-Tower is a very notorious level, and we're gonna have to see how these runners tackle 7-Tower. I say it's notorious simply because we're going to have there's a boss in this level, and it's literally all RNG. For those that don't know, RNG is random number generator. That's what it stands for. Basically what it means is that the boss is going to teleport to completely random positions, and you have no clue where the boss is going to teleport. It's important that we keep Acorn, which, as I say, Nivadra fails to do, which is unfortunate. That is an unfortunate choke. You're going to want to keep Acorn, and with Tawmero, you'll see why you want to keep Acorn. Because with the Acorn, we'll be able to stay hovered in the air, and we might be able to snipe the boss, maybe Kamek. We might be able to snipe the boss in the air. So we'll see what happens. But you'll see here, Tawmero's chilling on the top, and he's gonna fly with that Acorn. Oh no! So that happens sometimes, because you don't know where the oh my gosh, that was a good backup though, on Tawmero's part. Very good backup on Tawmero's part. You're gonna see Nivadra's gonna have a lot slower of a Kamek fight, simply because he's not gonna have Acorn. No way. Wow. Nivadra getting... That was actually insane. Holy cow! For not having Acorn, that was actually an incredible...
Yes.
Oh my god. That was an incredible 7-Tower. Being able to jump up, that was, I think, in my mind, worth the damage boost to take damage to the boss in order to be able to actually still hit the boss. That's going to cause Nivadra's lead to not be that far apart. Unfortunately, Nivadra is going to lose time in Ghost House because he is going to have to get a backup Acorn. He can get an Acorn. There are Acorns and question mark blocks in this level, so he will lose time about a couple seconds in order to get that Acorn. But that was a very... Props to Nivadra. That was a very good 7-Tower backup. Didn't lose that much time at the end of the day. It's... No, the Acorn's not there, Nivadra. No. It's in one of these blocks. It's in that one right there. You're gonna have to sit there and wait. It's right there. Yup. Get it. Okay, no way. No way he just got scuffed like that. Oh, Nivadra, stop. Please stop. Nivadra. Oh, Nivadra. Oh my god, what are you doing? He forgot where the Acorn was. Nivadra, if this is not scuffed, keep in mind that there's a mushroom in the second block. I don't know if I shouldn't have said that. There's a mushroom in the second block. At this point, because of the delay, he's probably already either known it, he would have had to known about it or not. Hopefully he'll get that mushroom in the second of that 3 set right there. Okay, good. He gets the mushroom. And then... It's that one right there. It's that one right there. Just don't get hit. Just don't get hit. There you go. There you go. You're good. Okay. Meanwhile, Tawmero was over in 7C. Definitely wasn't focusing on Tawmero. Tawmero was doing a cycle-based level. I'll talk about it when Nivadra gets there, since I failed to talk about it while Tawmero was there. Basically, Tawmero got a very good 7 castle. That's all you need to know for now. And he's going to be going on to the boss, which can be skipped. And I'll talk about the skip that this boss makes. It's not that big of a deal. But because we can get such vertical height due to our large jump, the significantly larger jump height in this game compared to other NSMB games, and the fact that we can fly upwards, we're going to be able to hit the boss before he starts shooting out his magic stuff and makes clones of himself. Tawmero spoiling his strategy, saying he's going to use Nabbit in 8-1 because of the lead. I'm not sure if he's used his backup Acorn yet. If he has a backup Acorn going into 8-1, wouldn't really matter. For those that are wondering why he's saying he'll switch characters in 8-1, you'll see why he'll be switching to 8. You'll see why that's important when we get to 8-1. We've still got a while before 8-1. But Nivadra's on 7C right now, and you're going to notice that 7C is going to have some cycles that we're going to have to follow. And we're going to be manipulating some cycles here. so that we can get through these fire bars without taking damage. Which Nivadra did successfully. But now Tawmero's gonna be moving on to Airship, and just so you guys know, this is where Nivadra could possibly get a ton of time back depending on how Airship goes. Airship has what looks like is a hard skip, but actually is a pretty easy skip, but also a pretty easy skip to screw up. And then the boss fight of this is Bowser Jr., and he has some pretty jank hitboxes. So we'll see if Tawmero is able to deal with all of that. But you'll see right here, Tawmero's gonna use the gliding feature to be able to glide through this level, and he's gonna do that just fine. Nivadra! Dude! What is going on? Stop losing Acorn! Dude, that was literally the one way you didn't have to lose Acorn, you lost Acorn. This is rough for Nivadra. This is very rough for Nivadra, unfortunately. Some chokes, some minor chokes. Tawmero going up to the Bowser Jr. fight. It is going to be now. Yes, I'm here to serve, Tawmero. here to serve. You'll notice that Nivadra actually. It is possible, I did it in my race yesterday against Caleb, it is possible to still do that airship skip that Tawmero did without Acorn, and I bet Navadra's gonna go for it, and I bet he has a pretty high chance of getting it. It is significantly harder to get it without Acorn. You're gonna rely on bouncing off of enemies that are floating down with parachutes, and if you miss an enemy, it's gonna be, let's just say it's gonna be long. It's gonna be long. Commentator's curse. Dude, funny, okay, y'all ready for funny story time? Actually, I should let Nivadra, we should see how Nivadra goes ahead and does this before I do funny story time. Woo, that was close, Nivadra. Very close, very tight. You gonna go, dude? You gonna go? Oh, you're gonna, that's true, you can get Acorn here, he's gonna use Acorn to make this easier. I personally would not have done that. I would have gone and just done it, because you can get an Acorn at the end of the level. But, you know, he can do what he wants to do. I don't blame him for wanting to do the way he did. But, funny story time. Y'all in chat ready for funny, epic funny story. Every time, Nivadra and I have yet to be able to commentate with each other, which is sad because we have a lot of fun. We are known to be a good commentating duo. So it's unfortunate that we have yet to have the time to do that. But, that aside, Nivadra and I, usually Nivadra commentates my races and I commentate Nivadra's races. And every time we commentate each other, we commentators curse each other all the time. Also, how did he get that second hit? Like, that was a weird hitbox in my opinion, but okay, he did it. So we, commentators curse each other all the time, and so it's kind of funny that happens to us all the time. Meanwhile, Tawmero's gonna be an 8-1. 8-1, there are two instances of RNG in this run. One instance is 7-Tower, which we saw with the Kamek boss fight. The other instance is this level. There's going to be, in order to get to the secret exit, which is right here, a bunch of meteors are gonna come down, and there's 3 distinct patterns, and he's gonna get center RNG. Deals with center RNG very well, though. Center RNG, so there's 3 different fireball patterns that happen there, that happen completely random. One is the first is center RNG, one is left side RNG, and one is right side RNG. And right side RNG is the fastest because you just jump up to the right and you go in the pipe. Center RNG is the hardest to deal with because the center is what gets removed as last. That was left RNG, boss man? Oh, I don't know my RNG. Commentator, struggling here. Don't mind the commentator. All you need to know is that Tawmero got bad RNG. That's all that happens. Commentator gonna talk to Nivadra after the race to get educated. Guess I failed the 8-1 class at school. Shouldn't have gotten my Mario PhD, unfortunately. Tawmero losing Acorn, possibly gonna take a death here. Yeah, he's gonna take a death here. Good thing Tawmero has a backup. It's not gonna be the end of the world. Commentator still embarrassed that he doesn't have a PhD in Mario like he thought. bad that he doesn't have as much experience in the field. We're gonna see Nivadra hopefully get... Well, you know, from now on, we'll just say good and bad RNG. How about that? And maybe at the interview, Nivadra can educate us all on the different RNG patterns. All I know is that there are 3. Associate's degree in Mario? Dang, chat roasting commentator on how bad his degree is. I'd like to say I'm at least a bachelor's. At least a bachelor's. Associates is a bit harsh. Nivadra also not getting great RNG in this level. Notice how commentator said not great instead of specifying the RNG. Luigi's community college? Oh no. Chat roasting commentator. Rightfully so. Understandable roasting of the commentator. But, oh, that's gonna open me up for a lot. That's opening up a lot for me. I feel like I can't show my face anymore. What am I gonna do? Tawmero is gonna do what's called elevator skip. There's these elevators, as you can see right here, that you can control with motion controls. But with the ability to spin jump and fly through levels, it's gonna be pretty easy for Tawmero to work around that. Nivadra, spin jump. Yup, okay, good. Nivadra having the good backup! Commentator's screaming right now. I don't even commentator's curse. Nivadra is just hard choking this run. This is gonna be a lot harder without Acorn. He's gonna go in instead of Nabbit, though. He is gonna go in with Luigi and attempt to get a 77 on that timer. So, well, it's gonna be pretty hard for Nivadra to come back, considering the fact that Nivadra has to do yet another level after this, and Tawmero is on the final boss right now. Tawmero could, like, die in the final boss and probably still be fine. That's a yikes. Nivadra gonna be waiting for that 77 on the flag for that Acorn. Nivadra's saying he's gonna really need to pop off next round, and he is right! Ooh, Tawmero, okay. Commentator screaming because he was worried Tawmero was gonna die, and that really would have helped out Nivadra a ton. But Tawmero does have the backup. We are fine. I do have to say that this level's movement can be pretty hard. Bowser Jr. slams down on the ground, and he slams down based on how you move through the level. Some sort of predictive algorithm. And so, you have to, if you move the exact same throughout the level, then you don't have anything to worry about because Bowser Jr. will fall at the exact same time. But if you screw up the movement in any way, it is a hell ride to the end of the level. Because you never know how Bowser Jr. is going to fall because you've screwed up your movement and he falls based on your movement and you're just kind of BSing at that point. Tawmero is going up to the final boss while Nivadra is still on the level before the final boss. Kind of an oof. Kind of a bruh moment. Unfortunately. Very solid elevator skip from Nivadra, though. Weaving his way through that electricity. I mean, Tawmero still could die here. And a death actually in the final boss is going to actually, ironically, put Nivadra in the lead. You'll notice that in NSLU we have 100-second timers and no checkpoints. So if Tawmero dies at the final boss, he's not only is he going to have to do the final boss again, he's going to have to do the whole level again. So if Tawmero dies here, Nivadra actually will be ahead. Chat saying commentator said the funny thing. Commentator now even more embarrassed, doesn't know how he goofed, doesn't know what was funny. Very scared. Probably the funny thing of Tawmero dying in the final boss, which could happen. Tawmero being a very decent runner though, let's just say it's not looking promising. He is going for fast Bowser Jr. There is a skip that with Acorn saves 3 seconds. You can get Bowser Jr. to slam down early in the final boss by doing that. There's also going to be a way that you can take the clown cart and Bowser Jr. will never take it back for the rest of the final boss, which is going to be super handy because it'll allow Tawmero to do stuff like this and allow him to skip phases. So hopefully he doesn't get knocked out of the clown cart here. Oh, he barely snubbed that clown car from Bowser Jr. Bowser Jr. almost took that clown car back. It is gonna look like a big GG for Tawmero. And that is the run, 28-13 by Tawmero. Actually a very solid DX time for a tournament setting. Considering all that went on in a tournament, that was a pretty decent run for Tawmero. GG's to the runners. We'll see if Nivadra goes ahead and decides to finish. I think Bossman's wanting to go ahead and finish up this run. We can give him the respect of doing that. While Nivadra's finishing up and while Tawmero's setting up for race 2, I definitely just woke up about like 30 minutes before this race. My voice kind of dying, talking a lot. Your boy needs some water, so commentator will be back. Actually, I'll wait for Nivadra to finish and then I'll get water. But commentator will leave to hydrate or dihydrate, folks. Especially right as you wake up. You shouldn't wake up and talk a ton. That does do wonders on the voice. As a singer, that is not the smartest thing. Should have probably woken up an hour earlier to warm up the voice. Commentator is known to talk a lot. Probably should have known that ahead of time. Nivadra looking to get a 30XX though. Water pog. Facts, facts, facts. Dry mouth. Pretty bad. And he's not getting that clown. Wow, he got that clown car back. That's insane. That was very close to Bowser Jr. sniping that clown car from him. Doing that perfect movement to get around Bowser. Here comes hit 2. Nivadra saying that was one of the most scuffed runs he's ever had. Nivadra, as a good friend, a fellow racer, hate to break it to you, gonna have to concede with you on that one. That was probably one of your most scuffed runs. 30-12. And commentator can now run away and get water. So commentator will be back in 60 seconds. When commentator comes back, he will open up race time, round 2 for the racers, and then we can start on race 2. So big break. I will be back fast. I go zoom. Speed run to get water.
Yeah, I'm a winner. Oh yeah. Oh-ho.
Yeah. How's it going, everyone? Commentator is back.
Wow.
Players are racing because they know that they can take some race time some time to practice, since commentator decided to be a bit selfish and take a break for his own personal gain. It was worth it though, because I came back with not only water but also chocolate chip pancakes. So I'm set to sit down and do this. I just realized I have to update the commentator controls because it doesn't look like anyone's winning yet. Guess Tawmero didn't win. Guys, we're just starting the race, confirmed. I'll update the score in a minute, though, once I, set up a new race time room. Give me a second, everyone. I'm probably gonna go a bit silent as I set this up. Just so that we can get round 2 off.
Here we go.
Alright. Let's say start race. Percent. Start race.
Yes.
One second, guys. Just need to send that.
Here we go.
Alright, I sent out that link to the runners. Runners, you are ready. You are given the okay to start whenever you are ready.
Here we go.
I think I accidentally locked Nivadra out of the race. Commentator may have screwed up. Commentator may have checked a box that he shouldn't have checked, and now Nivadra's locked out. Maybe commentator really did deserve associate's degree in Mario speedrunning. Kappa. You know, racers, give me a minute. I'm a commentator owns he messed up, checked a box he shouldn't have, made it more complicated than it needed to be. Sending a new code. Apologize for that. That one should actually work. We'll actually be ready to start soon. Now I can update the score. Tawmero getting a big one.
Okay. Woohoo.
Okay, did that update on the stream?
Here we go.
Or am I just stupid? Oh. Tawmero asking if he should do acorn acceleration. Commentator, may not having as prestigious of a degree as Nivadra, but still confused as to what acorn acceleration even means.
Here we go.
Alright. Nivadra grinding 8-4. Understandably so.
Here we go.
Commentator controls not loading. Cannot give Tawmero a dub. Y'all know Tawmero did get a dub. I'm just saying. I should update that. I'm working to update that.
Phew, made it.
Commentating controls are kind of lagging out for me right now, though. Give me some time.
Ha.
We're getting there.
Okay. Woohoo.
Sorry for being quiet. I'm just drinking water, eating pancakes, and setting up commentating controls to figure out how on earth to give Tawmero a point. Racers have started, though. We are in 1-1. We are jumping. We are skirting. This is game 2. We'll have to see. Does Nivadra go ahead and take a dub? Oh, what? It updated. I have no clue if there's some magic person that is doing it for me, or if I somehow did it.
Ho!
I'm not sure. But hey, you know, last game we used Nivadra's audio. Let's check in with Tawmero. He is the winner. Will you... Maybe he gets the right to audio. I have so much power. This is so exciting. And commentator controls are lagging, so maybe we're sticking with Nivadra. Oh my god! Nivadra's going for the big flex. I feel like this is a mistake. Nivadra's going for Nabbit here. Oh, he gets it. Okay. You're gonna see Nivadra's actually gonna save about half a second compared to Tawmero. The reason he's gonna save half a second is because A, Nabbit gets the faster flagpole animation, but B, Nabbit just finishes the level faster. Nabbit just has faster movement through the level because he doesn't... The reason he has faster movement is because, if you fly with Star, you don't get increased speed. You get normal speed. And so because Nivadra as Nabbit cannot fly, he can spin a bunch of times in the air in order to get through, and then he'll never fly, and therefore he doesn't lose time. Or he doesn't lose time to flying. So that'll put Nivadra slightly, that theoretically should put Nivadra slightly ahead, but it looks like... Well, it looks like Nivadra's behind right now, keep in mind, because he switched characters early, but keep in mind, right now, Tawmero is going to switch and Nivadra is not. So Nivadra's now going to be ahead. Does look like we do have Tawmero's audio this time. I would keep the runners I would do the audio of the runner that is in the lead, but commentating controls are being a bit finicky, and it's not to the fact that the actual commentator controls are finicky, but it's that my internet is being finicky for some reason. And I would also love to see chat at the same time in case there are questions that arise, so I can't, like, open it on my phone or anything like that. Kind of not an epic gamer moment. We are moving on, though. Apologies. Commentator choking on some water. Went down the wrong pipe, as they say. No pun intended. That's right. Get it out. Get it out, Super 64 guy. For those that got my reference, thank you. For those that didn't, rip my not funny humor. Moving on. The water will choke you faster than you'll dehydrate. Kind of a point. Kind of a point. Chat spitting facts. Understandably so. I will switch back to Nivadra. Tawmero not getting any love in terms of gameplay audio. Though he'll get it until my internet decides to actually recognize that I clicked on the button. But, you know. Tawmero is not going for the momentum canceling tech here. For those that don't know what momentum tech canceling is, because you're just joining for race 2, I'll explain it in a minute. For now, I want to explain something that I didn't explain in Race 1, and that is you're going to notice that both of these runners were playing as Nabbit, and they're going to move on to 5-3 immediately. Normally, what happens is after you complete 5-1, you get a cutscene where Nabbit steals from an item house and then goes to World 1, and then you have to watch Toad talk about the fact that he stole from that item house. And you see Nabbit go to World 1-1, and you have to sit there and watch that cutscene. However, if you're playing as Nabbit, there's no reason to be playing as Nabbit and yet also see Nabbit go and steal. And so because of that, we can completely skip that cutscene by playing as Nabbit. And so that's a huge time, that's the biggest time save that the Switch version has over the deluxe version, or excuse me, can't talk today. That's a big time save that the Switch version has over the Wii U version. But because the Wii U version literally has like faster loads by like 3 seconds, it's absurd. It's like 3 seconds per level. OG version still comes out to be like 30 seconds ahead. Nivadra also going for left side. Funny how he big chokes run, but can get all the insane hard strats. But, you know, sure. Okay, Nivadra. Okay, big flex. It looks like Tawmero may or may not have just messed up, the skip and has no clue how to back it up. Almost backed it up. Oh, we almost backed it up. We're dead, we're dead, we're dead, we're dead, we're dead. We're alive. He could have wall kicked off of the brick blocks. Tawmero, you could have wall kicked off of the brick blocks and taken more damage but still lived. No, Tawmero. Oh, no. Well, that's unfortunate. That's gonna be a huge time loss. Hopefully Tawmero recognizes that you can get Acorn back by getting red coins. Hopefully he recognizes that, and hopefully he gets the red coins at the beginning of this level. If he doesn't, that may or may not be Noof. But there are red coins, like, right here. And if he collects all those red coins, he will get Acorn. Nice. So he will be able to now do the rest of the skip. That is a lot faster than going back to 1-1. Please don't mess it up again. Okay, good, you got it this time. Slow, scuffed, but you got it. We will take it, Tawmero. That is going to be a huge time loss.
Here we go.
Nivadra is giving props to Tawmero, and that was almost the sickest backup ever. Keyword almost. Let's see if Nivadra chokes Ghost House like he did last run. Not looking like he is. Does get the star, does nail it, will be getting a 78 flagpole then. Meanwhile, Tawmero is just finishing up the Boom Boom fight. Nivadra's probably got a good... That's a pretty big time loss to die there. Nivadra's probably got a good minute lead right now. Nivadra's got a pretty safe lead.
Oh, secret.
Let's activate sicko mode, says Tawmero. Funny story for chat. Tawmero, I do refer to Tawmero as the Schmoove artist whenever I am in his chat. So we'll see if Tawmero decides to schmoove his way back and catch up to Nivadra. Considering Nivadra's last race, you know, wouldn't be surprised if Tawmero finds a way to catch up. We'll see if Nivadra goes for the... Okay. I was gonna say, we'll see if Nivadra goes for the backup Acorn. Nivadra clearly has the strategy of go big or go home. No risk, no fun kind of thing. But, you know, fair enough. We'll get that lucky one-up and then go from there. There is a way to get a backup Acorn here. So here's the beauty of the deluxe version on the Switch compared to the OG version. We've seen it before. You've seen both these players use the menu to switch to Nabbit. But see, here's the beauty: because you can play as any character you want in this game, compared to OG, where you could only play as Luigi if you were player 1. You can say, like now, Nivadra's got an Acorn. He could switch characters to say Toad, and then get an Acorn on Toad, because you can get an Acorn in this level. And so switch to Toad to get an Acorn, and then after you get that Acorn with Toad, if Nivadra goes on with the run and loses the acorn on Toad, he can go back to the menu screen, change characters back to Luigi, who had an acorn, and that can be an effective backup acorn. It's a lot faster of a backup than waiting for a 77 on the timer, because 77 on the timer takes so long. Noticing that Tawmero was also not going for that as well. It's what I would do in runs for this tournament. It's a nice backup to do, especially just due to the fact that there's so much RNG, or at least in the Kamek fight, and also RNG in 8-1, if you screw up the movement. It's definitely worth, I think, getting the backup acorn in 5S in a tournament setting, in a race setting. But neither runner's going to be going for it. We're going to be sticking with Luigi for the rest of the run. You probably won't be seeing any more Nabbit unless the runners totally botch something. But you probably won't be seeing any more Nabbit the rest of the run. Wait a minute. Commentator confused. Oh wait, no, it was Tawmero that screwed up. I for some reason thought that Nivadra was behind, and that commentator is like brain dead. For some reason thought that Tawmero was supposed to be ahead, and then saw Tawmero behind and was like, what the heck? But no. Chat calling me racist, but like pun.
Here we go.
Commentator getting roasted again by chat. When will commentator ever catch a break? I'm just here to serve, and all I'm met with is the greatest roasts of all time by some of the most brilliant minds in the speedrunning community. Understandably so, however. Can't not respect it.
Made it.
Meanwhile, Nivadra's gonna be going on to 7-Tower. Tawmero big chillin' in 7-1. Nivadra has yet to have any choke points, though. Nivadra's doing much better this time. He's getting it back. He just need to get the nerves out. Get the nerves out, and then do a lot better. Very solid 7-Tower first room movement, getting a 91st pipe. Very, very good. And as you guys know from last round, we do have RNG being a big problem in this run. So let's see if RNG is going to be a problem for Nivadra, or if Nivadra's going to get a pretty good boss fight. Only time will tell. Let's check up on that RNG. See how well we do. Oh, that was actually a very good first spawn. Just unfortunately, Nivadra was unable to capitalize on that. I am one to believe that he possibly could have capitalized on it. That's unfortunate. That is unfortunate. He's going to have to wait out this cycle. Tried sniping Kamek there. Sniped Kamek again, though. Which saved some time, but he mistimed his third and final hit. It should be noted, I failed to mention this last game. I did say that Kamek spawns randomly, which he does. I'm not denying that. But on the third and final phase, he will always spawn at the top middle of the map. Always. And so you can anticipate that, which is why it's a big deal that Nivadra missed that last hit specifically, because he knew that Kamek was going to arrive in that spot, and he just ground pounded a bit too early. Unfortunately. So Tawmero could have some time save if he gets better RNG than Nivadra.
Here we go.
go ahead and see what Tawmero's RNG looks like. Nice! That was like pretty much the same RNG as Nivadra. 150 is an insane 7 tower time. Tawmero's gonna be saving good amount of time here. That's a good, I didn't catch what Nivadra's 7 tower time was, but that's gonna be a huge time save for Tawmero. A good 10 seconds at least. Or at least around the 10-second mark, that's for sure. Very solid. Nivadra will be moving on to 7-Castle. Tawmero hoping Nivadra will continue to choke. I mean, hey, we saw Nivadra's last game. He could do it again. There's still choke points. There could be a choke point, though Nivadra knows how to manipulate fire bars. There could be a choke point in this castle. There could be a choke point in 7 Airship. Bowser Jr. sucks mega balls. Nivadra could lose 8-Quad and 8-1. He choked 8-4 last round. Like, don't worry. You got your chance, Taw. There'll be opportunities. You'll have opportunities to come back. Nivadra here in 7 tower. Looking like, oh, that's gonna look, oh, that's tight, Woo! Nivadra did not deserve that in the slightest. He did not deserve to just jump through that. Commentator's humble opinion. Nivadra will be moving on, though, to the cannon. To the cannon, hopping up to Ludwig. About to clown some stupid little kid. Silly little Koopaling. Tricks are for kids. Thinking you can just clone yourself. Meanwhile, Tawmero, you know, big chill in 7 tower. Or, 7 tower. Commentator has just given up all hope. Commentator pretty much just wants to die. Tawmero, oh, never mind. Commentator's stupid, thinking Tawmero wasn't gonna have an acorn. Commentator, kind of an idiot. The more and more the commentator is wrong, the more and more maybe his Mario education is really shining through.
Ho-ho!
We're gonna see Tawmero, big clown on another kid, the same kid, thinks he can just do it twice. What an idiot, thinking he can just get, no. You can't clown on one Luigi, you know, might as well clown on the other. Silly little Ludwig. Tricks are for kids. Alright, Nivadra's gonna be moving on to 7 Airship. Let's see if he messes up the movement here. Again, like I said, it looks hard, it's really easy, but still pretty easy to mess up. But no, that's fine. You want to make sure that you jump as far, you want to be as far right as possible on that little question block before you full jumped again. And he was pretty far right on that question block, so that was going to make him pretty safe. So very solid. I mean, we still have Bowser Jr., Nivadra, big crouch sliding, the big flex. We could see Bowser Jr. be a jerk with bad hitboxes. But we'll see.
Whoa!
Let's see what kind of Bowser Jr. Nivadra gets. Nice. Not getting screwed over. That's gonna be fine. I should note, I didn't talk about this last race, but you'll notice Nivadra, has consistently been in this boss trying to land as far left as possible after he kills Bowser Jr. That's because basically this cutscene that you're seeing right now triggers once Luigi passes the bottom boundary, and since the blocks fall from left to right, if you land on the left side, then since the left block will fall first, you'll hit that bottom boundary before the right block does, which will save, I think it's about a second. A humble time save, that's for sure. Meanwhile, let's hope Tawmero doesn't get boofed by Bowser Jr. That is hit 1. Tawmero coming in clutch for hit 2.
Ho-ho!
Hit 3. Gonna be... yeah. You hate to see it. I can't say I'm not shocked that that didn't happen. Because I'm not shocked that that didn't happen. Unfortunately, Tawmero did seem pretty far away from the clown car. So the fact that he was descending coming towards Bowser Jr. did not help his cause there. He should have been, in my opinion, a little bit closer to Bowser Jr. before he did his jump up. Or at least that would have made it a little bit safer. Usually, in my opinion, the closer you are to Bowser Jr., the safer it is. And you just wasted, like, maybe half a second to ground pound if you're really worried that you're going to miss him because you're so close.
Here we go.
That's gonna make this hard for Tawmero, and that might have caused Tawmero to throw the race, depending on how... It depends on how Nivadra does all this. He's not going Nabbit, so if he gets bad RNG and doesn't respond well to the RNG, this could be bad for Nivadra. And could cause Tawmero to come back. So let's see what kind of RNG Nivadra gets. Nah, it's right side, he's fine. That's unfortunate. That's a rip. Nivadra's fine. It's gonna be... I mean, he did choke 8-4 last time, so I mean, not saying that there won't be choke points, but Nivadra's feeling pretty safe right now. This looks like it might be going to a game 3, y'all. Which would be exciting. It would be exciting for the runners because they get to play this game more, and it would be exciting for chat because chat gets to roast commentator more. And it would not be exciting for commentator because it would be time for commentator to continue getting things wrong and to have chat make fun of him. But isn't that the point, for the chat to make fun of the commentator? It's what I signed up for. Can't say I wasn't expecting it. Commentator chugs some water while Nivadra's going through 8-4. Tawmero didn't go Nabbit. Kind of wondering why. Tawmero, that's not gonna look good. Okay, he makes it. I mean, I guess I can kind of see why. He had the mushroom, so if he got hit, it wouldn't really matter. At the end of the day, he's gonna be Luigi for 8-4 anyways. So actually, I can understand why Tawmero didn't want to switch to Nabbit there.
Here we go.
I would have done it, just out of muscle memory, but that actually makes sense. It was probably a good play on Tawmero's part. Nivadra having a very solid elevator. He's looking to pop up possibly PB. I should note that he has a very good time on the Wii U version of this game, and he also has a very good time in the Switch version. But the Switch version definitely could be improved. So, Tawmero, I don't think he's gonna be able to get the 77 anymore for this level. Well, he might actually. Never mind, I'm wrong. He's definitely the 77. What am I talking about? What am I thinking? What am I thinking? Thinking the Schmoove artist is not gonna get a 77. Can't believe I doubted Tawmero for a second like that. Can't believe it. Meanwhile, Nivadra moving on to the final boss. I think he's got a chance to possibly PB. Oh, and he just saved. And that definitely just happened. And now we get to wait for 5 million years before Game 3 starts to watch Nivadra watch the opening cutscene. Because he decided to save. Saving also is like a 1 second time loss. So, I mean, it's not the end of the world in terms of this race. But, like, it's frustrating for speedrunners of this game because to speedrun this game, you don't have to watch the opening cutscene. Nice 88 door from Nivadra. That is the best you can get. Actually, you might even be able to get... Actually, I shouldn't say that that's the best you can get. I'm probably going to get roasted by someone who runs this game. But Nivadra getting 88 is still a very hard time to get. So, congrats on Nivadra for getting the 88. And he'll be moving on to the boss. I think he's got a chance of getting the deluxe PB. from what it looks like. Because he'll snap there. I don't think he's on 26 pace. For DX, that is. But he might be on low 27 pace. We'll have to see, though. I'm really curious to see what time Nivadra's gonna be getting. Tawmero gonna be moving on to the final boss, though. And again, if Nivadra dies to the final boss, then this could go to Tawmero if he doesn't choke final boss. Much better run from Nivadra this game, though. Much, much better.
Luigi! Help!
E5 door from Tawmero, not awful. Here we go, final boss for Nivadra. Tawmero's, honest when we think about it though, Tawmero's not that far behind. Bowser's taking me far back. Wow! Oh, again, barely nailing that car. This actually might 26. I was wrong. Nivadra proved me wrong. This will 26. No, I'm wrong. This is not 26. This does look like... No. Nivadra. You threw chance at PB for DX version. Why you do that, boy? You headshot. I'm not blaming commentator's curse, though. Just saying. I'm not saying that's my fault. Chat can disagree, but I'm gonna disagree, and I'm gonna say that I didn't. That's not my fault. I'm not blaming commentator's curse there. .2737 though is not an awful time, and Tawmero is definitely not that far behind. But folks, we're going to a game 3. Who's excited? Who in chat is excited about a game 3?
Yeah, I'm a winner.
Nivadra asking if there are any consistent methods for bopping Bowser Jr. and getting back in the car. Nivadra, what I will say, and it's pretty significantly slower, but I do find that he doesn't spawn so close to Bowser Jr., is if I control the clown car solely with the B button and not using the control stick to move up and down. It takes longer for the car to fall down, and does, in my experience, make Bowser Jr. be not so close to the clown car. So it'll sacrifice a couple seconds, but will have a higher chance of Bowser Jr. not getting, not being close enough. That's my opinion, though, and that's what I have experienced. Take with it what you will. We'll be moving on to game 3, though. I need to be making the race time, the new race time GG.
Okay.
So I'll go ahead and make that new race time room for the runners. As Nivadra watches the opening cutscene. Looks like both runners are doing a bit of practice before they start their next race. I'm okay with it. I don't mind. We can go ahead and do that. Just realized Biden won for president while you were playing. Yo! What? I wasn't following that. That was a thing. Well, congratulations, American politics.
Here we go.
All right. We're gonna continue practicing. Ba-da-ba-ba-ba-da-ba. Warm up racing, warming up 5 tower. That's a good level to warm up and practice.
Okay. Woohoo.
I think runners are about ready. And the race is going ahead and getting started, it looks like. We're kicking it off. Or at least I see that the race has started in my... on my end, but of course stream delay. Things might not have started yet. Oh, you didn't see the timer start? Nivadra, do you want to restart them? I guess that actually would go to Tawmero if he wants to restart.
Here we go.
We'll have to wait for... We'll see if Tawmero sees this, and if Tawmero is willing to restart, then you can restart. But it's definitely Tawmero's call. he feels gracious and says you guys can restart, I'll make a new race time room, and you guys can start over. Otherwise, you're gonna have to deal with it.
Phew, made it.
Either way, Tawmero's gonna be moving on. He's about 10 seconds ahead of Nivadra, simply due to the timer not starting. Might be the price Nivadra has to pay, though. Tawmero does seem to continue to be schmoving, so Nivadra, I would assume, keep going. Oh, he says, never mind, let's keep going. Never mind, keep going. Don't reset. Commentator doesn't know what's going on. Let's be real. Commentator's just here to talk about video games. How hard can it be, you know? That's all I'm here for. Nivadra's doing Nap It. What a legend. All NSLU runners are quaking in their boots. He nails it. What a shocker. And it looks like the racers have agreed that they're gonna keep going. So keep going we will. We'll be moving on to the secret level. Which will be exciting. The big Chungus secret level. Secret level. Commentator, running out of things to say. We've already talked about the exciting things of the run. Y'all know we're gonna be switching to Nabbit here. Y'all know why. It's because he's a faster swimmer, and he's, invincible. Y'all know why we keep him to 5-3. Because he's just safer, and he skips a cutscene. You know? Y'all know about 5 tower skip. Granted, you know, someone can screw up 5 tower skip, but, you know. But yeah, for those that are wondering why the timers are off by 10 seconds, it's because Nivadra didn't see it start, and they're just gone. Gonna go ahead and move on to 5-1. We've been seeing these previous races that Tawmero opts to not go for the momentum conservation strat that was discovered for 5-1, while Nivadra does. So, we'll have to see what goes on. I think now we can also switch up to, we can switch up to Tawmero's audio for now, since he's ahead. And since he's gotten, like, no audio time. We should show the man some love. You know, I would show him love if the commentating stuff, if I got my commentating controls to work. Nivadra getting that momentum conservation. Tawmero moving on to 5-3. Not much hiccups yet from either runner. If Nivadra continues going for left side, he will continue getting he'll get another half a second on Tawmero, which will help. 179 from Tawmero. And a 179 from Nivadra. Epic, epic, epic. Alright, 5 tower skip. First big choke point. Let's see if either runners choke.
Here we go.
Oh, Tawmero choking a little bit. He at least got the skip. We'll take getting the skip. Oh, a bit scuffed. A bit scuffed. Nivadra getting also a scuffed tower. Well, all scuffed. Scuffed all around. We'll take the scuffed, though. It's better than missing it and wasting more time that way. Very solid boom boom fights. Clowning on this big chunky boy. Chunkus. Get chunked on.
Yeah,
Okay, I'm trying to fix. Sorry, the reason I'm being quiet is I'm trying to fix cloud controls because cloud controls are not loading, and it's literally because of my internet, which is kind of stupid. IMO, but whatever. Give me a sec to get all this stuff. There we go. And then... there we go. Finally. Got it. Took a while. We got it, though. Now I can open chat back up.
Here we go.
Alright. Here we go. Ghost House. Again, we've seen Nivadra been choking this. We'll see if we choke here. Decent movement from Tawmero. Getting the star block. Nice. Alright, Tawmero's got that's in the bag. Should be 78 flagpole. No problem. And it looks like Nivadra's gonna nail it too. Yet to see a mistake from either of these players. I mean, 5 tower skip was scuffed, but aside from that, not much wrong for either player.
Oh, secret.
Nivadra flexing the wacky. Excuse me. Nivadra flexing the wacky visual glitch that happens when you spin out of the star ending, which is kind of interesting. You see that weird flying animation. It's kind of whack. Kind of funny, though. And with that, we're moving on to 5S. Curious to see, will either of them go for the backup? Please go for the backup.
Here we go.
No, not for Tawmero, which means I doubt for Nivadra either. Yup, we're doing this. Nope, we're doing this backup list. Doing this backup list. Big chillin' in an auto-scroller. I guess I can say, for those of you that are here and have been sticking here since game 1, a big shout-outs to you guys. We really do appreciate the support that you guys are giving this tournament. It is a pretty underappreciated game compared to some big games like, you know, Legend of Zelda Ocarina of Time, or Mario 64, or Metroid, or something like that. Not as big of a deal. Not as commonly run of a game, but definitely still exciting nonetheless. And you can always check out, I'll go ahead and put it in chat right now. You can always type !NSLU, like I've just done, and you can get all the information about our tournament, such as the bracket, the schedule, and joining our Discord server if you ever want any more updates regarding this tournament in the next coming weeks. We're about halfway through the tournament right now, and so we got about 2 or 3 more weeks to go, and then we'll be wrapping this up. That being said, we are through the auto-scroller and moving on to World 7.
Here we go.
And once we get past 7 Tower, we'll kind of be at about the halfway point for the run. Very solid 7-1 movement from both players. Tawmero and Nivadra both, or wait, no, Nivadra is here. Yep, Nivadra and Tawmero both getting that final double jump in 7-1.
Phew, made it.
Nice. Very solid from both runners.
Cha. Yo, here we go.
We're moving on to 7-2. Very easy level. Not much really goes wrong here. Oh, except for Nivadra, probably gonna get a 77 now. I don't know what his deal was, why he did that. Maybe he's going for backup Acorn? I guess?
Phew, made it.
Yeah, I don't know what Nivadra was thinking. But, definitely all you had to do was hold right and jump. And, he clearly didn't do that. Don't really see a lot of people mess up 7-2. But, you know what happened?
Oh.
Nice. 70. Now, here's the deal. Depending on the RNG these players get, it could cause Nivadra to come back, despite giving Tawmero a 10-second head start. If Tawmero gets really bad RNG, Tawmero's gonna pull ahead. Or, sorry, Tawmero's gonna pull behind. And Nivadra will pull ahead. So we'll go ahead and see what that is. See what it's like. Very good RNG from Tawmero. No, Nivadra.
I'm a winner.
And he misses. Oh my god, he had the height. He had the height. He could have gotten that and been fine and not lost that much time to Tawmero. That is unfortunate. Nivadra. Oh, Nivadra. He had it, dude. Nivadra had it. And, he blew it. This is not looking good for Nivadra. Could be scary.
Here we go.
Meanwhile, we'll be moving on to 7 Ghost House. Tawmero nailing that. Wasting the times that we avoid. I guess I actually never talked about this in a run. You'll notice that in 8, Tawmero is wasting time intentionally, and that's because the best possible time you can get in this level... Oh, and we're not getting Acorn, so that's nice. The question is Nivadra going to take a death here so that he can get Acorn, and it looks like he is? No, he's not. He's going to go ahead and keep playing the level. Interesting. Oh, no, he's going to go for the 77. That's smart, actually.
Here we go.
That'll be how he gets his acorn. He's gonna be pretty far behind though. He's gonna need to count on Tawmero to choke. We'll see if he does that. But that's the 7C is looking kind of nice. Looking pretty schmoovy. Nice. That was a pretty solid 7T. 7C, excuse me. Cannot speak today. Nivadra goes and gets the item. Equips that acorn. That's gonna put Nivadra a good, probably like 30 plus seconds behind Tawmero. Didn't help that he gave Tawmero a 10-second head start too. Nivadra's gonna go for all the risky strats if he wants this dub, as he is confirmed in chat. Both players not having any backup acorns. Again, Taw could easily turn it around if he dies in 7 airship. That could change everything. We'll see. Nivadra, 2 games in a row, pulling it in clutch with the, fire bars at the end of 7C. Yet again.
Ho-ho! Yeah.
Moving on to 7 airship. We'll see what happens here. Again, Tawmero easily could screw this up.
Whoa.
We'll see what happens. Starting good. That might be fine. Yeah, that's fine. All good. We'll see if Bowser Jr. throws him for a loop. If he does, this could be rough.
Whoa.
Alright, he's up at the Bowser Jr. boss fight. We'll see if he loses Acorn. Hopefully he remembers to stick closer to Bowser Jr. this time. Nice. Hit 1. Hit 2. That's looking like it's gonna be fine. He's out with Acorn. That's what Tawmero needs right now, honestly, to be able to pull ahead and keep this lead, is the satisfaction, the confidence of a good Bowser Jr. fight. Having Acorn going into World 8, that's going to make it a lot easier. I think that mindset's just to make it easier for him to do well. Meanwhile, Nivadra's got a pretty varying lead here. He's pretty far behind. He is up the Bowser Jr. fight as Tawmero's exiting that cutscene. We'll see if Nivadra's fight is good. How is the race going? Nivadra's about behind by a good 40 seconds, I think. Maybe less. But I'd say it's around that time save, or time loss.
Ho-ho!
Tawmero's looking to be on very good pace, though. Might be getting a 27 this run. So we'll see. We're moving on to World 8. And Tawmero has noted that he is going to switch to Nablet, while Nivadra said he is going to be playing risky. Fans will probably be seeing a Nablet switch here from Tawmero, and a continuing of playing as Luigi for Nivadra. Nivadra is known to be a more risky of a player and also do well with that risk. So we'll see what kind of RNG Nivadra gets to see how this plays out. Here comes the Nabbit switch. Tawmero entering the level. Tawmero will be guaranteed, not necessarily guaranteed good RNG, but guaranteed of keeping that acorn into the next level, no matter what that RNG pattern is. And let's see what kind of RNG Tawmero gets. It looks like he's getting... Okay. I'm not saying what type of RNG, because I clearly don't know anything. But he got not great RNG, and will be going ahead and getting a 174, which, to be fair, the best RNG is... best time here is 175, so I mean, he's really not that far off. Nivadra, even he doesn't know what the best RNG is. Even he's stuttering over his own words.
Here we go.
Nivadra is going to be going through with Acorn, though, so that means he is going to be saving a couple of seconds, which is what Nivadra needs. I'm worried Tawmero is going to be a little too slow. I think he's going to be too slow. Oh, he's waiting, though, so never mind. Went safe. He went very safe in 8-4. Still will get an 86, I think. Actually, that might be an 85. We'll see. No, it's going to be 86. No, it'll be 85. But did play it a lot safer, since he knew he had the lead.
Made it.
Which was definitely the smart play there.
Oh. Here we go.
Meanwhile, Tawmero's moving on to Elevator. Nivadra is going to be climbing up 8-4. Going for the 87 movement here. Nice. Will be getting that 87. Goes for the pipe jump, gets the pipe jump. High 87. Really good IL time for 8-4. Tawmero not wanting to blow this lead. And he blows it! He blows it! Okay, he still makes it to the door, but oh no, he does blow it. Oh dear. We'll have to think about this. My 2 cents is that I think, with considering how far behind Nivadra is, I think Tawmero's actually going to be okay. If he plays perfectly, I think he'll be fine. It'll make it very close, but I think Tawmero still has enough of a lead to pull ahead. He won't actually lose that much time to not having Acorn, and he's going to switch to Nabbit, which is good. If he didn't switch to if he stayed as Luigi, so the benefit of switching to Nabbit is that he won't, it's impossible to die in the final boss if he stays as Nabbit. So if Tawmero doesn't die in this movement, he's got the win in the bag. He has to not die. And he's not dead yet. Yeah, he didn't die. He did not die. So, if he has, but here's the deal. Nivadra is not that far behind. If Tawmero gets knocked out of Clown Car, it's gonna cause this to be really tight. I think he can probably get knocked out once, but getting knocked out twice is gonna hurt him. Maybe he's gonna get that 87, 88 door still, wow. Lower 88 than normal, but definitely an 88 door. Unfortunately, left side switch instead of right side. We're gonna be losing a bit of time to that. We want to hit as far right on that switch as possible, simply because we want to make sure Nabbit will walk out on that right side, and so the closer he is to that right side, then, you know, the shorter that walkout will take. Because he's not gonna run, he's gonna walk. Epic meme. This is very close. Tawmero possibly also looking to PB as well. Well, no. Because he can't do the magma skip. This will be a really good run for Tawmero, though. If he hadn't lost Acorn, this probably would have PB'd for him. This is still looking to be like a 27 1x pace. Possibly. Okay. Actually, I'm lying. Probably 27 2x. Wow, this is so close. If Tawmero gets knocked out of Clown Car, it's probably go on to Nivadra. Let's hope he doesn't get knocked out of Clown Car. I'm quaking in my boots, guys. This is tight. Hit 1. Bowser's taking it. That's it. He threw. He threw. Oh no, he threw. I'm so scared. I think. Oh no. Here comes Nivadra. Hit 1. Nailing Bowser Jr. He's got the Clown Car. He's got the Clown Car. Oh dear. Oh dear. That's hit 2. He's getting hit 2 just fine. He's not getting knocked out. That's hit 2. Nivadra has pulled ahead, guys. 1 hit out of that Clown Car was all it took. Here comes Nivadra again. Oh my gosh. That's it. Ladies and gentlemen, we have a winner. Congratulations to Nivadra. Oh my gosh. And here comes Tawmero with the final hit. Holy... Oh no, that was the second hit? I wasn't watching Tawmero. Did he miss again? He must have missed again. He must have missed twice, and I missed it. The number of times I said missed in that last sentence. Oh my gosh, he gets knocked out again? Oh no. Oh no. Tawmero with the big throw at the end. He had it. Tawmero with the throw at the end. Oh dear. That was a really... Nivadra, that was a... U-Video does make a good point. That was a very good castle by Nivadra. GG's to both runners. I will send out the commentator thing. We'll be having the racers coming in soon if they want an interview. Again, racers, it's not required, but if you'd love to come in and have a chat, you are more than welcome to come and have a chat. Nivadra would love to interview, but says he has to go put away groceries. Maybe we'll get to talk to Tawmero for a little bit before he comes back. We'll have to see. Meanwhile, I'm going to go ahead and turn on those commentator controls. Oh, here we go. I can bump up Nivadra's score to 2. Never mind, it's not working. Give me a second to pull up commentator controls. Here. I'm just going to stop and close this. And then bump it up. That is a win for Nivadra. G heckin' G's. And yeah, hopefully we'll see players coming in for an interview. Hopefully. If not, then I probably will call stream. Hopefully Nivadra comes back soon. If he is interested in that interview. I want to talk to Nivadra because I'm also curious. Tawmero is in the wrong voice channel. He'll need to switch voice channels. If he switches voice channels, then he will be big chillin', and we will get to talk to him. Yo! Ladies and gentlemen,
Yo,
the one and only Tawmero in the booth. Schmoove artist himself. How you doing, man?
I'm doing fine, except the race.
I'm doing fine. It's the best you can say. You literally had a beautiful elevator skip, and you thought, I've had that happen though, where I threw a PB to the same thing that you did. I thought I was too low, and then I got completely cucked. So, it's happened to the best of us. It has happened to the best of us. How are you feeling aside from that, though? What'd you think of the race?
It was really close and really fun.
Yeah.
Nivadra
Definitely.
is really good, so I expected to lose this race, but almost pulled off.
Yeah,
the job.
you definitely had it, because Nivadra had screwed up, had bad 7 tower. That was really the only thing bad about his run was 7 tower. And you both had scuffed 5Ts, but you both scuffed 5T the same amount. So
Yeah.
he had the worst 7 tower, and that gave you a pretty sizable lead. And all it took, you were also, even with screwing up, elevator, you backed it up very well. All you had to do was not lose clown car, and what do you know? It happened.
Yeah, it was kind of because of bad Bowser RNG.
Yeah, unfortunately, yes. Which is unfortunate. I'm trying to think of what else happened. You didn't switch to Toad at all. You want to explain a little bit why you didn't want to do that?
So in the first race, first round was because I already had backup acorn.
Right, you had the 77 in the first round, so that made sense.
Yeah. And the second one I was behind, so I just needed every time save I could get.
Yep.
And
Okay.
in the third round, I forgot to switch actually.
Oof. That it happens. And if you had switched, that probably would have made you feel a lot more comfortable, I feel like.
Yeah, in the 8C.
Yeah, that would have given you some very decent 8C time save, unfortunately. And it probably would have made you feel a lot more comfortable. Maybe you wouldn't have choked Castle because you would have had a stronger mindset. You definitely were ahead though. So it's unfortunate to see. You hate to see those when it comes down to the boss fight and it's like, who's gonna get knocked out of the clown car first? You suddenly need to see, because usually in those situations like that, someone gets knocked out of the clown car because someone's panicking. And either one person does it, or sometimes both people do it, and you just have to wait and see what happens. Unfortunately, you got the short end of the stick. Sorry, go ahead.
And also, I honestly choke that boss fight too often. Sadly.
Yeah. It can be hard for runners to get their head around on how to do that movement there. Definitely. So, yeah. It's why we tell people, a lot of runners, and this is generally for a lot of speed games, is they have a hard time recognizing when to like what to practice and that kind of thing. And they'll practice the beginning a lot. They'll reset at the beginning a ton because they want a perfect beginning, and then they'll never get to the end, and they'll never practice the end. Which is unfortunate because that's usually where, I mean, usually video games do, like, the idea is that a video game gets progressively difficult. So, I mean, you do have the harder levels at the end of the game. And so it makes sense that you want to practice the end more so than you want to practice the beginning. The hack that I do to set myself up for that is I purposefully save my practice file in World 8 so that I open my game in World 8 and then I have to go to World 8 if I want to, because then my thought is, okay, I'm already in World 8, so I might as well practice World 8 levels, you know what I mean? Right away.
Oh yeah, yeah.
That's the way I get around it, because then if I just, like, have it at World 1-1, like, I know I'm never going to practice endgame before I start runs. So, I have that hack of myself where I immediately have my save file in World 8, because then I'm already there, so it makes it easy to practice. Trying to sit here. I'm trying to buy time because I know that Nivadra said he wanted to possibly come in for an interview. So I don't know
Yeah,
how
he
much
has
longer we
something
want
to
to wait
do.
on him. I don't know how much longer I can wait on him. I also don't know where to check the schedule to see what is coming on after this on Speed Gaming.
I could see.
I wonder if you can check their it's like on their Twitch bio or something like that.
They have a
Twitch bio.
website.
Oh, they have a website. Yeah, why don't you hit us up? Tawmero, hit us up. Tell us what's coming next.
Wait, so Super Mario Maker right now.
Oh, that would be fun to watch.
Yeah, and then what else? Link to the Past randomizer, I think.
Okay.
In an hour.
Okay.
And then yeah, SMG2 in 1.5 hour.
Nice. So some fun, if you're interested in looking to see some more Mario, there's some Mario Maker right now that you can go check out. There's also, looks like there's going to be some Mario Galaxy runs coming up later. I think, unfortunately, I want to wait on, as much as I want to wait on Nivadra, I think, unfortunately, we're going to have to call stream in order to move on with schedule, unfortunately. I hate to do this to him, but we're going to have to round it out, I think, unfortunately. So, unfortunately, we didn't get to hear from Nivadra, but definitely GG's, Tawmero. That was some very good. You played better than me in tournaments, so at least you can have that on me, that you're better at playing in tournaments.
I played better than I expected to play.
You played very, very well, which is pretty exciting. So, here comes Nivadra. Nivadra, it looks like he's on his way. Nivadra, I was just about to call stream, but thank you for coming back.
Sorry.
You're good.
Well, I'm hearing your voice twice. So let me mute the stream.
Oh,
Okay,
yeah, that might be smart. Well,
Anyway.
GG's Nivadra. Congratulations on the win with the 10-second head start.
Yeah, GG's.
I know, GG, Tom, you really deserve that win, if I'm being honest. Dude, that was so tense. Especially
Yeah.
like the last 5 minutes of the last
I
round.
was literally on the edge of my seat, even though I'm literally sitting in my bed right now. Can't really sit on the edge of anything. But, figuratively, I was on the edge of my seat,
Okay, I could respect that. I respect the allegory. Which
Yeah.
is not an allegory. Anyway.
Nivadra, why don't you, since I clearly don't have a Mario PhD and you do, why don't you explain to us the different, possible different, random 8-1 cycles?
Okay, in short, if you're moving right the whole time, there are 3 cycles you can get: left, middle, and right. Left is by far the slowest, but it's fairly safe. Right is the fastest and also fairly safe. Center is almost as fast as right, but you have to jump another fireball above where it spawns. That's how you dodge it. So I get hit 9 out of 10 times if I get center RNG. But yeah, in short, you want right, middle, then left.
Okay. Nice. There it is, folks. That is what the RNG looks like. Nivadra, you also didn't go for any backups throughout the run in 5S, and I'm curious to know. I asked Tawmero this, but I now want to ask you why you didn't go for that.
Honestly, I wanted to risk it for the biscuit. I was desperate.
Good old no risk, no fun.
My time would have been definitely better if I actually went for the safety, though, if I'm being honest.
Yeah, it probably would have, because you wouldn't have lost acorns so many times. You were on. Okay, how did it feel to be on PB pace game 2 and then throw it to Clown Car?
Dude, that hurt. I was definitely a 20.
I was looking like a. I thought it was gonna be a 27, close to my PB, and I saw you go for the second hit, and I was like, nope, that's gonna be a high 26. And then you lost it, and I was like, there it goes.
Highly unfortunate.
Highly unfortunate is right. Now you have to deal with the fact that your PB is worse than mine in deluxe version. You're gonna have to live with that. It hurts. It does. Anything else either runner you guys have to say before I end stream?
I just want to apologize for being gone for so long. I got a lot of groceries in my house because in about 2 days a hurricane is hitting my house. So I got a stockpile.
Oh dear.
Yeah, South Florida's screwed.
Safety for you, being in that part of the United States. Hopefully things go well. Hopefully you have a place to hide. Hopefully, you got your Wii U, you got your Switch. You'll be grinding practice in the meantime.
Exactly. When I come out after the Armageddon, straight dust.
Come out after the Armageddon. You'll just local record everything, and then we'll just see when you come out. We'll just see loads of YouTube videos of you just PBing like every single possible category of like all the NSMB games. And we'll be like, oh my gosh, what has he done in his spare time?
Straight world records, and somewhere in the background, you could see the floods and just the looting.
He may have water up to his ankles in his house, but he's still grinding out that NSMBL and NSMBU.
My king will be numb, but my god, I will play so well.
You will. It'll be exciting. All right. Again, thank you all so much for sticking around for a big 2-hour NSLU tournament match that was very close. Nivadra, Tawmero, I had an honor commentating your guys' match. Nivadra, we have yet to commentate this tournament. That's a problem.
One day, there's a match tomorrow if you want to do that.
There's a match tomorrow. I think we gotta do it. I think we gotta sign ourselves up and do it. But thank you guys so much for watching. If you're interested, make sure you type !R in chat. You'll get the links to the Twitch streams for both Nivadra and Tawmero. Tawmero is a very good New Super Mario Bros. Wii runner, so if you want to check out what cool New Super Mario Bros. Wii runs look like, especially category extensions like Cannonless and Warpless, or they're the same thing, except like Cannonless and No World 5 and that kind of thing. Tawmero does a lot of those category extensions in NSMB Wii, and he's very good at them, so definitely would recommend checking out Tawmero. Nivadra also recently got a world record in New Super Mario Bros. U Deluxe. In one of those category extensions in the Mario percent, which is any percent, but only play as Mario. And he's a very, very skilled New Super Mario Bros. U Deluxe runner. So definitely go ahead and check out Nivadra as well. I highly would recommend going and following both of those runners, especially because, you know, the least you could do, this was an insanely close race. Like, the least you could do to support both of these runners, hit up that !R. Check out both of those links and follow them. I'm sure they would appreciate it a ton. Stick around for more Mario Maker on the other speed gaming channels. There will be Mario Galaxy 2 later today. With that being said, thank you guys so much for watching.
Wait, guys, also go follow Super 64 Guy. He does a lot of games. For example, Mario 64.
I do sometimes do that.
The U Deluxe. That's cool too.
I also sometimes do. I also kind of am in the U Deluxe tournament, kind of on the side, you know, whatever kind of thing. That too.
Side job.
Anyway, thank you guys so much for watching. We will see you guys tomorrow at the same time, 9 a.m. Pacific time, noon Eastern time, for another match in the New Super Luigi U tournament. We'll see you guys then.
Stay trippy, yo.